Have you ever coached a no-hitter?
In the major leagues,
One in Seattle.
I've been had two no-hitters. We had a 6-man no-hitter against the Dodgers. We won 1-0. Kevin Millwood started the game, pulled a groin in the 6th, and we mixed and matched with 5 relievers and finished the game with a no-hitter with 6 pitchers used. And then later that year, Felix Hernandez threw a perfect game against Tampa Bay, which we also won 1-0. So pretty cool.
What is that like? You've pitched. You've been on a big league mound. For people at home, you've been on a mound. You've coached. You've seen it all. But what are those moments like in a dugout, like we had the other day in New York?
I mean, they're tense. The main objective is always to win the game, and differently than the two I were a part of in a 1-0 game, we scored late in both of those games. The game was still in question. In New York, we had a bit of a cushion. Now, knowing their lineup, you don't have a cushion that can be big enough. They're capable of coming back, regardless of score. But I think more than anything else, Andre, it's knowing how much it means, how special it is to the pitcher and his teammates that are involved with it. And for all the pressure that we feel for the game and our responsibility to the players and the pitcher himself, that it's got to be even more. Obviously, it's more on that pitcher to go out. You go out in the 9th inning and, I need 3 more outs. I mean, that's a lot to deal with. So it's really stressful.
I love this. Well, this is the last thing. I love it because you said something that I got to witness, and I was around when we were doing that in 15. We had a run with those guys, and those guys fed off of each other, and it was like, oh, you got 7 1/3, I'm gonna go 8. I got to tell you, Carl, I wish I had a video of the starting pitchers that afternoon through the last 3-4 innings, and when he finally gave up a hit, I mean, Slade put his hand like they were living through it, and to me, that kind of showed what real camaraderie is about.
Yeah, I don't know that, people and fans really understand how much these guys really care about each other. And, collectively, we're going out every day trying to win a baseball game. But when a player has a opportunity to do something special, the excitement in the dugout, and sometimes that excitement becomes silence, as it did in New York. But these guys love each other, and they want special things for each other. And, that's really cool. And that is, as you said, that's what makes teams winners, because they do it together.
Right. We talk about starters all the time, but with everything, all the everything things that have happened, you guys had to use different guys in different roles in the midst of a pennant race. A guy like Nick Enright, like when do you know when do you know that you can trust a guy in the 8th, 9th, 7th inning with 2 runs, with 2 guys on? What do you need to see to say, hey, this guy is – I know it's more than just stuff.
Yeah, it is more than stuff. But I think, obviously those guys – typically, they're pitching in lower leverage situations there for a while, but even in those lower leverage situations, sometimes they're facing the heart of the order. They're facing guys that, whether you don't want them to beat you, or they're the superstars, they're the all-stars, and when you see them not back down and handle those guys, even in the situations that the game's really not, resting on the result. I think that's your first sign that they're not going to back down. And I think a guy like Nick Enright, I know his story is unbelievable. Everybody talks about the character and the strength that his situation built in himself, but I don't know that it built it. It probably brought it out. I mean, it was there. It's him, and no one wants to go with what he's gone through, but. Not everyone can go through it how he has and come out on the other end and do what he's doing.
Talking about confidence, Rocket Man walked by me. People over there probably don't know Rocket Man, but he's got all the confidence in the world. But confidence don't mean nothing if you don't throw strikes, and he's been doing it.
Yeah, he has. He's got major league stuff. He's got a major league fastball. He certainly has a major league curveball. mixes his slider in. And, he's another guy. He's been through a lot. He's had 2 Tommy Johns. He's, his pathway here was not easy just from a physical side of things. And I think, he's learned a lot about himself, and he's able to go out and, live the moment because he knows and appreciate the moment because he knows how difficult it was to get here.
Great point. All right, I'm going to finish with this. Last year at this time, we had a lot of good conversations about how great the bullpen was doing. And I'm not going to say you were worried, but there were concern about usage and the starters not getting deep. You guys figured out a great way to maneuver and get where you got. Where is your feelings right now about where this starting rotation has been able to do to help the bullpen as you guys get in these last 40-some games to kind of really make a run?
Yeah, I think, coming into the season, we all knew we weren't going to be able to do it like we did it last year. It would be too much to ask of the guys in the bullpen to go out and have the volume, the appearances, and, all of those statistical things that they did last year. And when you were going to have to get some improvement out of our starters. And, it's been a foundation and building blocks, and we've been getting there. And as you said, now there's confidence. They build off of one another. And it's certainly helped our bullpen, and certainly with some of the, situations that we're dealing with now with different guys there, guys that aren't here anymore. I think that the bullpen, I think their togetherness is really being exposed now and up front, how they're picking one another up, cheering for one another, and filling in roles that maybe they weren't in a month or 6 weeks ago. It's been pretty fun to watch.
When's the first time you ever played second base?
My first time,
Second base.
I played second base a lot in minor league. So, but like in the big leagues was in Kansas City.
What's the biggest difference for you from short to second?
The angles, different type of ground ball. Know that I have a more chance, more time. It's a little tough for me because in shortstop you gotta do quick. Sometimes you have time, but like in second hand you have a lot of time. So that's the biggest thing, and I gotta working on it.
Everybody's got a clock in their head, right? How do you get that clock in your head so you're comfortable with it as quickly as you possibly can?
I mean, I'm trying to set up my timing, like know that I have a lot of time. I have more chance to get out, not like a shortstop. Like shortstop, every play is bang bang. Second hand, you have more time, so that's my big goal.
How hard is it, and I want you to understand this, how hard is it right now, though, to just play and not think? Like when I see you the other night pick up the ball when Arias doesn't have it throw, you're not thinking, you're just playing, right?
Yeah.
Is that what you're trying to get to, where you're just playing and not worrying about timing or anything else?
I mean, how I play right now, I'm playing just like you say, like by reaction. Like do my team, trying to do my routine play, help the team any way. Like make the double play, help the other team, the other teammate.
You're doing that, but also what I like, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, I like with 2 strikes now you're kind of expanding, but not taking a big swing, but using your hands. Are you using your hands more, or what are you thinking?
I mean, I'm trying just to put the ball in play because I don't know if you heard that in somewhere, like when you put the ball in play, something happens. That's what I'm trying to do.
How much does Junior Betances kind of help keep you where you need to be?
A lot. He knows me from when I signed 2017 to now. He know how I am. He know my attitude. He know how my swing is when it's good, when it's bad, when I'm strong, when not. So that's very important to me. Stay with him here in the big league.
Smile, man. You're in a good place.
Thank you.